Guarantee. 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 The word guarantee is a very useful term to know in English. As a verb, it means to promise or certify that something will happen or exist. Often in writing. For example, I guarantee that you'll love this new restaurant. In this case, we're making a promise about the quality of the food. When used as a noun, a guarantee refers to an assurance or pledge that something specific will occur or is true. Think of it like a warranty on a product. If something goes wrong, the company might offer a guarantee to fix or replace it. One special note about guarantee is that it can also be used in business and formal contexts, where it often implies a level of responsibility or liability. So, when you use this word, make sure you understand the context and what's being promised. If you're attending a job interview at a reputable company like IBM, they might say, "We guarantee a salary of $80,000 to all new employees," which is a formal usage, because it's a professional statement made in a serious and official setting. On the other hand, if you're chatting with friends over coffee about that same company, one of them might joke, "I'm pretty sure I heard they'll guarantee you won't be bored on your first day," which uses guarantee more casually as it's a light-hearted and conversational remark. If you were writing an article for the Harvard Business Review about employee satisfaction, you could say, "Research shows that companies that offer job security guarantees tend to have higher retention rates," which is a formal usage because it's written in an academic tone and intended for a professional audience. So, you want to know about this word that's often used when people make promises or claims? Well, let me tell you, it's actually quite straightforward. The idea behind it is that someone says they're confident that something will happen or be true, and they're willing to stand by that. It's like saying, "I'm absolutely sure," or, "It's a fact." This concept is often used in situations where people want to convince others of the quality or reliability of something, like a product or a service. For example, if someone says, "This course will teach you everything you need to know," they're implying that it's effective and trustworthy. It's kind of like a stamp of approval, but without being too pushy. Hierarchy. 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 So, let's talk about the word hierarchy. A hierarchy is a noun, and it refers to a system of organizing people, things, or ideas in layers, with each layer having a higher authority or importance than the one below. This can be seen in things like an organizational chart where the boss is above the employees, or even in nature, like the different levels of classification in biology. The word hierarchy comes from the Greek words hupos, meaning over, and archane, meaning to rule. In everyday usage, you might hear people talk about a social hierarchy where some groups have more power than others, or an academic hierarchy where professors are above instructors. One special note is that in certain contexts, like politics or business, the word hierarchy can have a slightly negative connotation, implying a system of oppression or favoritism. So it's worth using it thoughtfully and considering the tone you want to convey. In a formal meeting at a university, the dean mentioned that they would have to reorganize their department's hierarchy in order to reflect the new faculty appointments and promotions, stating, "As you know, our institution has a strict academic hierarchy, and we need to ensure that each professor is properly placed within it." Meanwhile, during a casual conversation with friends, one of them explained that they were having trouble understanding the social dynamics of their company's office politics, saying, I think I get why people are acting weird. There's definitely a pecking order or hierarchy in place here, isn't there? In a business setting, a team leader wrote an email to her staff reminding them that the company operates on a flat organizational hierarchy, where everyone has equal say and decision-making authority, saying, remember, our hierarchy is designed to be collaborative, not hierarchical, so please feel free to share your ideas and feedback at any time. So, you're trying to figure out what this concept is? Okay, let me break it down for you. A hierarchy is essentially an organization or structure of things in order from most important or powerful at the top, all the way down to less important or powerless at the bottom. It's like a pyramid where each level has someone in charge who answers to the one above them. And so on. Main characteristics are that it's often linear, with clear steps from top to bottom. And there's usually only one person or group at the top who has the most authority. Now, you might be thinking of similar concepts like a pecking order, where animals determine their social status by fighting for dominance, same idea. Or maybe you're thinking of a chain of command, which is basically how things get organized and decisions are made in groups or organizations. As for what it does or how it's used, well, hierarchies help us understand who's in charge and where we fit into the picture. They're especially useful in situations like workplaces, schools, or even just social gatherings, to clarify roles and responsibilities. Identical. 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 The word identical is an adjective that means being exactly the same in every way. In common usage, it's often used to describe something that shares the same characteristics, features, or qualities with another thing. For example, you might say, the two sisters have identical smiles, or, these identical twins are always mistaken for each other. One important note is that identical implies a perfect match. So it's not just similar but exactly the same, there's no room for difference in meaning here. Here are 3 example sentences using the word identical with varying contexts. In a formal setting such as a university thesis defense, you might say, the conclusions drawn from the quantitative and qualitative data collected in our study are identical, indicating a strong correlation between the two methods. This sentence uses identical to emphasize the sameness of the results obtained through different approaches. The context is academic or research related. In a casual conversation with friends at a coffee shop, you might say, I just got back from vacation and my friend's new baby is identical in looks to his older brother. Same chubby cheeks. Same mischievous grin. Here, identical is used to highlight the similarity in appearance between two people. The context is social or personal. In a business setting such as a sales meeting, you might say, our company's new logo has been designed to be identical across all our marketing materials and online platforms, ensuring brand consistency. This sentence uses identical to stress the sameness of the design element across different channels. The context is professional or commercial. So, when we talk about something being identical in meaning, think of 2 things that are so similar, you could easily swap them out without noticing any difference. Main characteristics include having the same qualities, features, and properties, like 2 peas in a pod. Similar concepts or synonyms might be alike, similar, same, or even indistinguishable. And when we say something is identical, what we're really saying is that it's been copied or made exactly as another thing, so you can use the words or things interchangeably without worrying about losing any meaning.